I'm called Buyisiwe because I thought my parents were very poetic. Even our names are all have a meaning. We salute the women who've made kitchens into kingdoms. I come from a home that my mom would tell me that I love. And of course, the ones who use food as protest, as love letters, as lullabies. And we remember to feed someone is to say, I see you. Welcome to another soul-stirring serving of Amapelepele pots and pans, where every stir, every sizzle, and every simmer tells a story far older than we are. This August, as we honor the strength, beauty, and brilliance of women, we find ourselves back in the most sacred of spaces, right here in the kitchen. But make no mistake, Vogue Nation, this is not just a place of pots and pans. It is a place of power, of prayer, of alchemy. Here, women don't just cook, they conjure. Recipes passed from hand to heart, from grandmother to grandchild, each one seasoned with memory, love, and survival. A sprinkle of wisdom, a dash of laughter, a generous handful of care. These are not just meals, they are messages, a love language rooted in the land that raised us. Because when a woman stands barefoot in her kitchen, humming softly as she stirs pap or chops imifino, she's not just feeding bodies, she's feeding legacies. She's calming storms. She is healing. There is something deeply relaxing about the rhythm of it all. The chopping, the stirring, the sizzling, and meditation. A moment of peace in a world that often demands too much. So, today, as the fire crackles and of course the onions begin to sing in our pots and pans, we salute the women who've made kitchens into kingdoms. And of course, the ones who use food as protest, as love letters, as lullabies. And we remember to feed someone is to say, I see you, I know you, I honor your hunger. So, welcome to another episode where we go into the Amapelepele pots and pans, where it's not just nourishment, it is nourishment that meets narrative. So, let's cook. And of course, man, today we have the beautiful Buyi from Sanka Experiment. Music for the soul in a kitchen that is feeding the soul. Of course, man, welcome my beautiful sister in love and language. How are you?
I'm so excited. I've got TeeCee. Listen, it's tender cake.
Oh man, you get it. You know what, guys? When they talk about someone who just gets it, and of course, as she's about, to cook us this beautiful meal, a feast not only for the heart but for the soul.
Definitely.
We are going to get into the heart of Ubuyi. Who is she? Ubuyi ubani, uphuma kuphi? Le ntombi enhle nje le isibabuli Nkosi yami esimela duze kwami. Ubani ke lo? Because of course I know the meal you're about to make is going to taste as beautifully as you stand right here in front of me. But I just want you to know that I want to know more about you as well as a person. Ubuyi ungubani, uphuma kuphi?
Oh, you asked that. You kind of remind me of my dad, because when I was young, I was very fortunate that I lived in a home that both had umma and baba. It's not the homes that are like that. So my parents were literally abantu about two that could just hold a community. I mean, like literally my parents will be one of those parents that will even aid other couples.
Wow.
Yeah. Even if another couple could be having problems in their household, they'll come to my household. They know that my mom and dad, they have a solution. So when I grew up as a little kid, I remember around age 4, you start speaking.
True.
You know your name, right? Everyone
Call me by my name.
Now, I'm called Buyisiwe because I thought my parents were very poetic. Even our names are all have a meaning. So I'm Buyisiwe because my parents once had a girl child, but unfortunately she passed away when she was way too young. So
I would love to call a rainbow baby.
And I have extremely older brothers.
Wow.
All my brothers were born in the early 70s.
So one thing that I've discovered we have in common, I'm also the first girl of the 3 boys.
Wow.
So ngindlovukazi yokuqala nje after amakhosana that three boys, and then I'm the first girl. And of course I had a younger sister, but she is no more. And of course the first of my brothers, the firstborn of my brothers, is also gone. So I in a way, there's meaning that I find in the passings. But of course, asiko lakho sila.
You're asking me?
Yes.
When I was 4, when we would start talking, my dad would be like, okay, you will knock at the door. Like everybody. They would literally close the door on purpose. And my father would be like, okay, who's knocking? I'd be like, Buyisiwe. Athi Buyisiwe la. Ngithi mama Buyisiwe uvulele. Athi ngitho Buyisiwe la baby. That's how we actually taught teachable. So I would say ngumana ngumncamane Njoko ngisemphangisa ulinda mkhonto usibathsimvula. Can I tell you?
Wow. That is such a beautiful way.
Yes.
Ukuthi ingibani ukuthi belaphi, and you know, a way to connect between parent and child. I love that. That's such a sacred bond. And of course, you know, I know that of umama, you know, like you said, she's also part of this picture. Yeah, and she is late. So, you know, what is one lesson and one ritual that you guys used to have together that even today you practice with your own baby?
Oh my goodness. I think
You wait, maybe you work. You say your child, yes.
Yes, I'm a mom to a beautiful 7-year-old who's very curious and inquisitive, enough to learn everything that is new. But when I raised him during COVID, I had literally the whole time because of the lockdown.
Sure,
You know,
everybody was.
The lockdown really changed my perspective in being a mom.
Yeah.
You know, I learned to learn a lot more from my child. You need to let the child lead you. You get to learn certain other skills that you had no idea that you had them. So I spent a lot of time like doing just this, you know. When my child during COVID, he was like at the age of 3, I would sit, I would chop like this. And when I chop like this, already he's asking, that's green. Ooh, that's a green color. That is a yellow.
Yeah.
That is yellow. That is red, you know. And then just little by little like that, he started learning colors, started learning patterns. So cooking has always been at home and language in such a way that I myself started cooking at the age of 7.
Man, you know, African homes. There's no way you're gonna reach the age of 10. But fundisang at least how to make one thing in the kitchen. That's something I know.
But it's good that most of my cooking I also learned from masters.
Oh wow!
You know what masters
Yes.
is? Zalisa when we were young.
True, because like what is it called? Playing house.
Yes, playing house.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, I would always be in some other obscure like role that didn't involve being in the kitchen. So nje, that's something you need to know about me. But yeah, when I'm Zalisa, when I'm boban.
Mina bengilo opeta 18 Like literally, I'm telling you, I was the one that they entrusted with ingredients and stuff. Unfortunately, I'll go to my kids' cupboard, take some narrows, see,
And that's how
you
it
feel
came.
tamatisi.
So fella was something that has, like, it was in us from siba nine and like okay when and then we go and we have a good time. Say make meals there.
And what else is like place as well, rose meals is that after everybody is like cooked, you know, there's that moment that everybody sits at So the dining part is something that never left me at all. In such a way, and I'm actually making food. I don't eat food by myself. There's always people around.
And of course, again, because I'm around right now, and I prefer I can already see, you know what? The colors are beautiful. There's the green, the orange, the red, the yellow, the purple, the yay. So of course, you know, clearly you do everything with heart, including your craft.
Yes.
Something that we'll get into a little bit later because you know, I mean, So, of course, we have now established relation. She's not somebody that was born and bred Nana Ekoli, like in Joburg. So, let me in, man, sis, because I've been having these beautiful conversations with you, where you're sharing so much of yourself. Yes, I still want so much more. That's how much of a deep well you are. And the energy you exude is amazing. So, Natali, young Buyi growing up, and what is in your mind regarding the woman you want to be? Because I am already seeing the woman you are. But let's check, like then you didn't know, man. You didn't know, you could possibly never think, imagine, fathom the woman you would be.
That's a beautiful question, by the way. That's a beautiful question. And I love the fact that you're asking it, Kumila. Because I think I had a little bit of glimpse of who I wanted to be way younger. I think also another thing that really shaped me when I was young is I remember when I was 5, I actually started school early. I was one of those kids that went to school at age 4.
Wow! Girl, that's why they kept me back until Mama 7 and my birthday's in November. So that means I would have stopped school later than everybody else because I stopped going to school at 19. Yeah. So because she's too young to be in school, and the fact that her birthday is already, I was like, oh Siamba, that's a shame. Why are you doing this to me? Like, well, you know what? It's okay.
When I was 4, it's in the school, so I can't say about 8. Because I started school in 1993. Ooh. Yeah, I started school just in the heart of things changing.
Yes.
In the country. And fortunately, I got in. I passed the arm test.
Wow.
So that's how I got in. I passed the arm test. Was my nephew was the same age as me.
Yeah.
He didn't pass the arm test and was left behind. Yeah? But I remember when I was that age, a lady came to my school, a primary school. So I didn't get to go to a fancy school or Model C school. I went to my whole entire school life. I went to Ntutubeni, Elamonville. I went to Ntutubeni Primary School. I started there in 1993. And this amazing lady came through, and she was dressed in this wonderful shirt. If I get pins. Skirt.
Yeah, those pinstripe skirts, that makes them look so.
Oh, she was so elegant.
Oh, you know what? Waist snatched. Girl looking fine.
She had this hairstyle, with the fatty parades. Yeah. And then she had it's tough. It's green. It's brown. And she was very tall, and she looked gay. And she was like, hi, I'm here to just let anybody know what's whoever is here in class and would like to change the world in the future, please raise your hand. I was the first kid that literally raised her hand, and I went in. I'm telling you.
Did you ask, how do you see yourself changing the world?
Why? I actually always wanted to be a person who does good. It's something Mina a long time ago. I decided that it's always been something in me as a child. I've always wanted to see other people feeling okay, feeling special. There are other people like actually don't get love.
True.
I come from a home that my mom would tell me that I'm loved. My dad would tell me that, me. So the world needs to hear that as well, So when I was a child, I wanted to do just that, just to make other people feel good. So when this lady explained that Umhlaba is changing in 1993, the world is changing, even this country is changing. We are going to mingle with other races as well. So you must expect to expand your mind, and also learn to connect with others. So she said, raise your hand and say, you choose to be a humanitarian, a person who's going to see another person and go boom to, And I was like, yeah, I'm doing that.
And you indeed are doing it.
And another thing that I really wanted to be when I was a child, my parents would have told you, Ubuyi wants to be a singer. Ubuyi wants to be, I've always wanted to be a singer, a storyteller, a person who is able to share joy and share love, especially creativity, and just make people know what happened, because the arts and music will actually do that and be able to tell even ancient stories through that. So yeah, this for me is recording.
I can see this, I can hear it, and I can feel it. Booger Nation, if you were right here in the studio with us right now, you would feel it. It's palpable, it's in the air, it's tangible. You can, she exudes it. I mean, you can just see it. And of course, speaking of sharing, she's going to share a meal with us right here on the show. So far, she has put on some onions on the stove, and we have our mashed potatoes, and they're boiling.
Yes.
So, getting softened. And now you're about to use a spice.
Yes.
Which spice is this?
This one is grilled zonke.
Grilled zonke. Oh, makhonas. Okay. In Tswana, because we sing Zulu,
I know other people, they take out their big guns, but this one, shayabong.
Yes, a grilled zonke. I think it's left behind it. Yeah, and that's what I love, because of course, right here, this conversation, I'm loving it. Nina Vele, that's my role in the kitchen. I am the conversationalist, distracting, or rather encouraging the person who's cooking to do a better job. Yes, because I enjoy. This is work, because I remember growing up, right? My grandmother, in the way in which I don't know, cooking was presented to me, it made it feel like a chore. And that's why, like, the kitchen, it's like me na a kitchen. When they make it's the same. Okay, let me make an example. I need to, like you're saying, you were at school during the turn of, the country's trajectory, the politics. So exactly, you've had a taste of Bantu education.
Yes.
So obviously during that time, it was when, mostly, it's like, manual labor, right? So there are people like my brother, right? He's like, that's where he developed a dislike for gardening, because they use it as punishment.
I see that.
Right? They use it as punishment and not like something you should enjoy doing. So
it.
now, like, when he thinks of doing gardening, he's like, no, it's like hard work. So that's how I feel. But I mean, of course, you're making me fall in love with it again, because I'm just loving the way you just... You just move around with ease, girl. It's like grace. You know what?
I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I learned how to cook when I was 7.
Yeah.
I used to look at my other brother, Ufanana. Literally, I was raised by Fanana. Fanana and I were 17 years apart. So he was so tired. He was like, every time he tells a story, he's like, you know what? I was so tired changing your diapers.
Girl, I hate with you.
He was not cooking for me. So I used to watch him chop the cabbage, and how he chopped ikabishi, guys. It was so artistic. I mean, that man will make ikabishi be so fine, and I'll sit and watch. Actually, I think he...
Oh yes, was he those ones that can like you?
Oh yes.
Like man with a knife. No, I know.
So I would sit and I would watch him, very fascinated as a very young kid. I'm like, how are you doing that with just a knife? And it will go. It will be a dance. So I kept on asking him. He was like, wait until you are 7. So when I turned 7, he literally bought istulo and spelekele niwe tofu. Wasi, this is your time. I was like, what?
Hanging over the reins. Like, sis, I've taken you this far. Now's your time to take the baton and take that forward.
So he did that with me, and I really, really enjoyed it, especially how he taught me. I think that's also another way that I got to. He very tight with my brother, my brother Fanana, because of that.
Yeah.
He spent a lot of time just shaping me as an individual. and maybe a very strong girl.
Yes,
Very strong
yeah,
girl.
and what I love about you Winnie, is like the way in which you're just so rooted within yourself. I'm loving the smell. Like yazini, it's plus I'm a fan of garlic. Guys, garlic. If you want to make the food smell like garlic, I will eat it. Garlic for me is the one. But yeah, I love that you weren't. Ultimately, it's not booty. The reins in your household, it's not booty. Cooking was the woman's job only. I love that. It's because I mean, this is the similarities that I'm loving that we can talk about because. Same with me having, had 3 older brothers.
Yeah.
My mom, when she talks about how she raised them, she's like, there was no way I was going to raise a son who was going to be someone else's daughter's burden type way. Who was going to now turn someone else's daughter into his maid. There's no way I was going to do that because I, as a woman, I wouldn't want my daughter to be another woman's son's maid where she feels like now it's like her only job. It's like the only thing that she can do. I mean, there's a certain power in being a woman, right?
That's true.
There's a certain grace. There's a certain strength in being a woman. That, whether, as much as a man can try, that void can never be filled.
Never.
Ever. So, I know that you spoke that your mom is late, right? So who is your dad still alive?
My dad is late. Unfortunately, he passed away first in COVID.
Wow.
During the height of COVID,
COVID is so much away from us. So was it due to the COVID or now that was like unrelated? It
was strictly due to the COVID.
Oh, okay.
Strictly due to the COVID. I'm also blessed that as much as my mom had it as well with my dad being hospitalized, mommy survived that ordeal, but just only lived just 2 years later and later passed away. But I understood. My parents are old. Both of them, they're over 70.
Yes.
and I knew that mom was not going to stay that long because...
Well, you're seeing 2 peas in a pod. But you get that sense as well. That, when as souls on this earth, we our journey here, we go through this life and then we meet that other soul that just perfectly fits. Like, you know what? Do you believe in soulmates, twin flames, all of that?
I actually believe in
destiny.
Oh, definitely. Definitely destiny. And then also that things are actually written far beyond, and you know you're the person. It's magic, I'm living that life. I know my person. I've been with my person for the past 13 years. It's like magic.
Yeah, so off the market, guys. Please, if uthi yabona njengoba yenza leli liboxolana kumnandi kanguthi Nkosi yami ngizomthatha ngizomenza wami cha usethathiwe, she's off this table.
And what I love about love is that when it happens. It's like it's normally it's like literally magic. In such a way that I knew him before he knew me.
Like your souls knew each other. Their spirits. There's the saying like something about find the right person so you don't have to spend a lifetime translating your soul.
When I knew that guy was the guy. Because
hey. All these frogs, man. Hey.
Looking for a prince.
But sometimes, you know what they say, Buti? What I like to say is like, all you have to do is look at my dating history to see the decline of my mental. Like,
I love that.
Just look at the decline of my dating life.
So when I met this guy literally said this to me. He was like, I'm not here to change you, not to do anything to you, but teach you how you would want to be like. Now do just that. I was like, this was so amazing for me because I felt like that is so incredible. Because you're literally saying, I'm literally opening up to you. and you're going to allow me to come in as you will show me the way.
Man,
Didn't come to my life to bombard me.
no. Obviously, hey, coming in here with great expectations and then you disappoint. No. Like that's the thing about genuine connection, right? It's that thing of being able to be so completely vulnerable. It's like handing someone the gun and trusting them not to shoot you. Bars. Gems. Bars. Yeah, your mic today is a layla, sis. Like that wooden spoon is your mic today. Ain't no singing over here. But of course, something else that I wanted to ask you is, you know, sometimes when you find yourself in a creative rut, and you're in the kitchen and you're stirring up, and you know there's a certain alchemy, like I spoke of when I introduced the segment, into saying that there's a certain alchemy to cooking. And I think, you know, right now, of course, you know, they've made us women hate it because they've made it feel like it's a chore to us. Yes. Like I said, once people like make it seem like it's forced onto you, you start to repel it. But when it seems natural and something that you naturally gravitate, you start to enjoy it. You know, it becomes like an art to you, something you just take on naturally. So, you know, I understand that, you know, when you hit that creative rut, sometimes there's that one thing that gets you out. Is cooking one of those, or maybe there's something else?
My God, that is so true. Cooking is one of those.
Okay.
Definitely cooking is one of those. I mean, I'm one of those people, when it's Christmas, I love Christmas.
Christmas Japanese house.
I love
Christmas. For the same.
I love Christmas so much that I wake up at 3.
Oh, yebo. That was one of these shit.
I wake up at 3 already. When I'm at 3 o'clock, footy. The night before, I've already packed some stuff. I thought I've already. Yes, I've marinated my turkey.
Yes.
Oh, marinated my. So it wouldn't be Christmas without it wouldn't be Christmas without gamet. And what I do mostly, I bake.
Yeah.
Bake cake so that everybody can see it. Just in there, goodies. You know,
such a wholesome woman, man. I'm just giving. I mean, she's giving like wholesome, you know, Afro mama vibe.
I really say this is amazing.
It smells so good. Smoked paprika. It's the smoke that makes the difference. Trust.
It smells so good. I'm gonna exercise.
Yes, girl. Yazini. That's the thing about cooking. You know what? As mejali la scala mamet, scala spirit.
And we show it's alchemy. Tina the language to sing yeah. That thing, it is alchemy.
It's alchemy. Because you're taking wrong way. No, because you're taking something. Trust me, you're transmuting energy, good energy, and you're turning it against itself.
Oh yes.
So it's energy manipulation.
Yes, so it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
When you do it right, when it's not harming anybody.
That's true. That is so true. So I'm here tagging this. And it smells amazing. Amapelepele is doing the things that is.
You know, something that I love also is that, you know, that language, how, you know, language evolves. And not only because of the language or the words themselves, but because of what people associate the words with. I mean, witches. Let's go back. Now we're talking about this. Because, you know, when you started this, girl, you did this to yourself. I did it. You did it. So now we have one of you know, back in the day, Salem, or well, what I know of Salem, you know, getting into these white schools, and you know, ngoba ke thina abanye njengoba unguzile ndamwala igoli. Aboseli,
Malina, Stefan, guys, exactly.
Guys, you know what? This is my spirit tribe. This girl, so you know, I remember during those times of how, you know, because the women, the witches in Salem, were burned because they were doing things that had not yet been envisioned. So whenever you were doing something that maybe people didn't know about, that the general public, the society had not yet awoken to, you were seen as a witch. And then now when you're already, I can just see the colors right here. Like, I need the close-up shots of this pan.
I need a lot of smoked paprika. There's something going on with this one.
Well, okay. Let's put some more of the smoked paprika. Because, yes, okay, but what's in sugar immediately as I did it, because
Yes, good girl, my girl.
I know, but too many cooks spoil the broth. So I'm gonna let you handle that one while Mina so I know, as you're making the food and you're doing what you're doing, energy transmutation is true. You do that through your music, man. I remember I spoke to you about people like Buyisiwe.
Yes.
About abantu abafana nobumalkenjiani. I mean, I can just imagine, right? Because a wellness experience, because music heals.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Your music heals. 100% TeeCee. Church. And Musi always says he goes to church, and when he talks about church, he's talking about Savona Music Jam.
Oh yeah.
Yes, because that is church for him. Music, all things arts and creativity. So I mean, now, how do you transmute the negative feelings, and when you've been just having a bad day, and you're like, Yazin, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna make this meal for my family, for my man that I love, for my son that I want to nurture. And then you're in the kitchen.
Music. How do you feel? Music for me is prayer. I get to a point where I don't know how to speak to God, and I think it's fine.
It's okay.
It's okay, but I don't judge.
You're not
I don't
alone.
even judge myself.
Yeah, you're not alone.
So I'll be like, I get God. So I'll be like, how am I doing this? Because I remember my life 2 years ago. I was very, very short-sighted. But with, Zik, 2 years ago. Yeah, Zik, 2 years ago in 2 days, my life completely changed. I thought I was not going to have the experience. Losing a child in childbirth. My baby right now will be like 2 years and 2 days. And I laugh because I would sing really like I'm relate. But what's amazing is that what I saw with that experience is the amount of love that Abantu can show you, where people can be so present. You be like, oh, I want to complain, but what am I going to complain about? What am I going to complain about? And my partner and I, we were so overwhelmed by love. It made us even more stronger towards even each other, And why I say that music is such a prayer is because at that time, I constantly had song in my head that I couldn't get out. Okay. And that song is actually one of our songs as designed by Experiment called I tried to pray. I couldn't pray. I kept on saying those words in that song. I remember pretty immediately after losing our child, 2 years ago, Anka is being 12. My mom was admitted in hospital. ICU straight. So we got to bury our child, my partner and I. Umama wami engekho. So I appreciated her foresight and her love that she had for me, because before we even made the funeral arrangement, she was still there, and she even makes her choice. What? No, don't come with Doven. Do it where you are. You got your people. When she said that, I was like, what? Angizwa am I do you?
Your mom. I wish I would.
I am not. I can't give you the comfort you're going to get somewhere else, because I know where you are. I feel where you are. that you are loved. So let those that love you stand around you.
Man, ingakho ungumtata that today, man. That woman, I wish in my lifetime I would have met.
So when
She
you
sounds like such a dear man. Like, I would have loved to meet this woman. That they you, this woman. And of course, that can speak so profoundly and so selflessly during that time. Because I know some people, you know, especially you know, we like to speak so much tradition, this, tradition, that culture demands this, culture demands that. But the only thing, spirit, the universe, God demands of us is to live.
that's true.
That's the only thing.
You know what you're saying? That actually reminds me of my mom's word. I think I did tell you earlier.
Yes.
My mom never, not play, but she didn't believe in the afterlife. Yes. So that I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you anything I ask.
I can't be telling expectations.
Yes.
I think that I don't know. But what I know right now is that konke obubi, konke obufe, kwenzakalala.
It's all happening here. So heaven and
Now is right here on earth. It's very important to be good where you are, and you'll see good happening. So you asked me about music, like, and I said using is prayer. So I will have this song, and can I see it?
Yes, please. Yeah, that's what we remember those Sunday lectures that you'd made, right? And then you playing that nice, good music, and while you're busy, we are tula. Like that is exactly, you know what? I'm getting that experience, that experience right here, and of course that vibe. So and I saw that list.
Yeah, that's what
Bless
we want to
you.
watch. So the prayer goes like this, because I'm not going to say the song. It says,
Hey, ungapheli. Bampelela kusokhanya. Hey, ungapheli. Ungapheli amandla. Noma kwenyuka kwehlela. Noma kusinda njengomthwalo. Kulungile bampelela nje ungaphela amandla noma kwenyuka kwehlela noma kusinda njengomthwalo kulungile bampelela nje ungaphela amandla bambelela nisela bekezela bambelela ungaphela amandla bambelela nisela bekezela ungapheli ungaphela amandla. No, this one. I felt that in my soul. I felt that deep inside of me. That is the alchemy of music, man. It heals, it transforms. And it's getting really hot in this kitchen. Yazini. The heat is not just only from the person, but also from this energy, man. Angazi, namhlanje, I feel like I have been blessed and I have been touched by an angel.
I guess what? My name is Angeline. My second name is.
You know what? Yabona, aligned. This is what they call alignment. When you know something without really knowing it, that's what it's called. And you know what? Thank you so much for this beautiful. Like, okay, wait. Are the potatoes are potato way, okay? They look, and then what people like lay them, they get ready. So what are you gonna do with the potatoes?
I'm going to strain this baby. Strain water out.
Okay.
And then mash.
Ooh. And then now we're going to get into our mash. The way I love mashed potato. Amadumbe, you.
Oh,
I'm here from
yes.
KZN.
Oh, come on now.
Don't you go in Dabe? You full of Amadumbe.
Oh gosh, I wish I had that experience.
Forage. Have you ever been foraging?
No, I haven't. I was so unfortunate that my grandmother, who used to actually plant some matumbi back in Gatini, passed away when I was 4. So I really didn't get time to chill with her and get to go to the garden as well. And even because my grandmom as well, it's when she passed away, she was wearing 105.
Wow. Your grandmother was alive until she reached 105. Yes, sis.
She was old. Because I deep, but so it's Gazala Gembi.
I love that. Grandmothers, man, gotta love those matriarchs in our families, man. The ones that ultimately are the ones that connect us. Yes, sometimes when you miss, you know, bahamba ugogo nje. Shabalala. Remember, since you're saying, you know, yeah, kunguli isho le soul food. Like SABC 1. Soul food. Soul food. Where it was like it was a show. It was about this family of young women, and they were growing up. Their mother passed away. Remember, they had to all kind of navigate. Yes, sir. Remember SABC 1. Yes, I used to love watching something. Yeah, I'm all nice. Angisakhulumi lutho indaba ayikho ngami namhlanje indaba ayikho ngami namhlanje Dawgawe.
In my head, ngizwa kumadala bonene. Ingoma enthi mangoma nje. Guys, South Africa's a beautiful and rich music.
This is why I say, but something that I've also noticed is like, why are we so underrated as creatives? Like, you need to go to Germany for people to appreciate you. It's true. That is true. Like, as Isaka Experiment has been doing amazing things in the musical space, but like, you know, unless you're somebody who's in the space or aligned to that kind of music, you know, there's no major mainstream media that gives you guys that much attention. But I bet you in Ngaya somewhere else overseas, they're booking you guys. They want you guys there. They're honoring you guys. They're giving you guys flowers. And that often happens, right, in the creative industry, Naikaya. Like, why?
In Zara, I think it was the immediate shift of the group focus. Yes. Why do I say that? Why do I say the group focus? Thank you. In the 80s, 70s, the 80s, 70s, and also the 60s, let me just also say the early 90s. South Africa was mostly dominated by groups when it comes to music.
Yes. Yeah. Lady Smith, like
Yes,
so
there's more.
and there's so much
Stimela, but
you
wouldn't even have Uchabukanyi if it wasn't for Ibayet.
Oh wow, yes. Actually, you know what I mean?
You wouldn't have Uprenda Fasi if it wasn't the Big Dudes. The Big Dudes was banned, you know. You wouldn't have a lot of other acts if it wasn't for the groups. What happened in South Africa is that they stopped focusing on the groups.
Yes, I've seen that, yeah.
They stopped focusing on the groups.
Even groups that develop, they somehow, every time, even like you see what happened with the soil, how Ubufebendalo, ultimately, it's like, you're out of the group, and then now the group, and you know, it's always a thing of groups. There will be that, and then there's just attention on that one individual from the group. Yeah.
And what that has done for us as a community, because at the end of the day, see, you are because we are losing the sense of community. If you look back in the 90s or 80s, we didn't have depression as artists when we're in groups. But when they take you and you become solo, or you feel the wrath. Kanti, when you were in a collective, it's a community. You all can talk to each other.
Sinabonisana,
Off your energy. I feel like there's something wrong with you. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Norma, if shit hits the fan, at least you know it's not for you. Ninonke in this thing. You know, so you can have a therapy session about talking about the things that happen to you guys. But when they exclude us and make us singular, we all die one by one. And they do this purposely, of which I think that the system needs to change. Groups need to be recognized. Look at the awards, Akon. Do the awards recognize groups?
It's always lead singer. Do you understand? Lead singer, best vocalist, best. You know, it's always like in a group. They'll always like sort of do this
Try
thing
and
of you
single
guys.
the other
Yeah,
out.
Uguti competition.
Kuna
Like
join
put you
plan.
guys against each other. Uguti,
Yes.
yeah, when you're better than the rest of your teammates. Yeah, you are the star. You know, they sell you this thing, and they feed into your ego, and it's an ego tripper. That's why I say, as in, going back to self, going back to the spirit of or community is taking and stripping away the ego.
Yes.
And knowing that you're part of a bigger whole, and understanding that that's the part you play, and being happy.
That's true.
With that, and there's like just contentment, not being contentment. I need to use the word content. Where you're content with that.
You become content. At least, you know, more like why I say this and I actually advocate for communities, because I'm in a band on purpose, intentionally, with Amanke for the past 11 years. 11 years in a group. In South Africa. And we became more than just people who come together and play together. Matter of fact, you don't see each other as sessionists as well. Playing together, be our brothers and sisters. I would know when Halaka is not well, even coming through from the door. Be like, hold on, wait a minute. I think we need to talk. You know, no more. Some people could come in and be like, there's something wrong with you. You know, Carolo could come there like, Carolo, you need to feed off your energy.
Yes.
People who come in, and myself, you know, that's how well we know each other. I'm not coming today. No, the message to be passed, you know. So there is that trust. Many known can also. It's always so lovely to know that you are going to go through life not alone. And you can go through life with a bang. And the experiences, guys, we've had with each other. We travel.
Memories are best when shared.
You know, the best time I remember was 2023 when we had our first international gig. Oh yes, no.
As in she's there's this Wasan Shire, right? This woman that Beyonce quotes throughout this one, Lemonade.
Oh yes.
Where she made Lemonade. Wasan Shire, there's this poem where she's talking about grandmother passed down from where she like you know, like in a way, the beginning of the song she's quoting that poem, and it's sort of like in a form of citing a recipe for lemonade. Ooh. So, like, listening to you and seeing the way in which you are moving, I am just experiencing umuntu esifazana who's got that wholesome, grounded, rooted energy, who is with ease nje in herself. She's angazman, but Yazin, I feel and holy. I feel like, you know what? Ooh, I gonna go style.
See, you see this tender care. It's right here. It's the head. He hasn't left the room.
Exactly. Well, another tender care thing that I have about me. So already, all your meal I've got amaguinya right here. You know, the South African comfort food, the South African breakfast.
My face.
Mzonsi break. Listen, this Mzonsi kasi breakfast. Ayenge nje. Ekasi. Uke bayibona line yasemaplanyeri ekseni kasi.
I love this because this is a joint community thing that you're doing here. And Mina, I'm here, Tabati,
Yes.
them,
And it's going to be a whole community thing.
And yes, it's gonna be flavorful.
I'm looking
it's
forward
gonna
to
be delicious. It's smelling amazing. So I'm already in anticipation. So yeah, now let me get rid of this because this is how I'm helping you. My contribution. I love it. I love it. Let them soak in the flavor.
They too must get love.
Jeez. So I mean, I know Guti with Santa Experiment, right? You're doing something amazing and it's coming off. 27th September.
27th of September, we've got a community thing happening in Zondi.
Okay.
Zondi 1. It's not far from a church, Sabbath or 7th day church. If you come through closer than 27, you hear the music, you hear the sound. Because we're going to have morning activities, we're going to have 2 stages, a DJ stage and a main stage. And then the other road, we're actually closing 3 roads in the area.
Already community together.
Yeah, I love that.
In the morning, we're going to have community games. So we're going to have kids that are around going to come through from playing hopscotch.
Party.
You know, we're going to have fun.
Exciting.
You know?
But that's the thing, right? Like connecting to your inner child also. Like that's something I've been looking to do more of. Because that's how I feel like that's where I will find most of my creativity. And that's where I can heal some of the trauma that I've gone through. Just by reconnecting with that part of myself that I feel I lost through trauma. You understand? So, but yeah, you know. So, like, you know, just playing Abantwana, you know, something that I'm also finding that we, as iskhathi hamba, mother-daughter or parent-child relationships getting more and more estranged. So far removed, disconnected. Almost like the womb that gave birth to you, that umbilical cord, the mini doctor in TeeCee. It's like everything goes with it. Including you, your spirit.
Kanti, even that act itself is very poetic, by the way.
I know.
It's just that Abazali don't understand when it gets removed from you. It's not entirely the job is in you to search yourself to find that connectivity with your child. Meaning that to bring that connection back, you need to really spend time with your child. Tinage Endlinikaya, our main concept is play.
Yes! Let's play.
Our main concept is play. Even for the band itself, our main concept is play. I mean, like, so shayi bam note manje, ayeko bunyu. Suzino.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So it's very, very important. I love what you were saying, to connect with your inner child. Because when you are a child, you have no judgment, especially in the things that you are doing. You can make a mistake right now. Oh, you get up. You try again. You know.
That's why Ngati, when you easily forgive, but he yes, because but that's one thing that I miss about myself that I used to have, was how it was so easy for me to forgive. But then again, you know, there's one thing about life: when you don't learn a lesson, it keeps happening until you learn it. Until you learn that lesson, that same thing will keep happening, just so that you can finally open your eyes to say, okay,
and also in opening your eyes, you also need to surrender as well. So when you surrender, I am not going to be the steering. You are not the steering.
I know main character
You can't be the steering. My life is like this, name. We passenger seats.
We vocalist, lead vocalist.
God is driving, ne? Mina, gila, passenger seats.
Yes.
Dama iti sikupuga intaba esho phezu ubona futhi yawiwa ngapha. I'm like, you got this, father.
Yeah.
When I say we driving, it's not me. Mom will win.
No, like.
So I've got that mentality, you don't have to fight with the tide.
Yes.
You just have to move with the flow. That's it.
Gems.
And yeah, I mean, I come from Durban, and which means I'm a water child.
Yes, yes.
Not far from me, Bishop.
Even.
Everyone in my family can swim. I know how to swim. I can survive. I'm not your typical black girl.
Afraid of water. I recognize your spirit because I'm like, yes, Zil. This girl, me and her,
even in the ocean,
dedicated. Yes.
Even in the ocean, so the concept of Umwandle is when you understand Uganda, you know, would say me, when to catch a wave and when not to catch a wave. It's exactly like that MP rain, you know. When you wave, if you've seen people who actually surf, yes, they know when to catch a wave. They know it's okay. Isia pakamala, and this wave is actually going to go like this and curves. So because they surf, they're waiting for the one isa parama. So you can't go in when it curves because some boss, you know what I mean. So bahamba now and uzwa manzi vele saparamisa so that you kept inside the loop palak nindawo. And then konabanya venza is body surfing, which they use this kind of like this high board. And then you surf for that one. Mm-hmm. That one, there's also a different kind of way to catch a wave.
This girl has many talents. She even knows how to like. Have you surfed?
I've never surfed, but I've done the body.
Like surfing. I can see, like you know what? Now okay, like who details, who the science of surfing, the science of the waves, the ocean.
So what I loved about it is that it's exactly with the concept of life, because in your life, you know that this wave is too powerful. I don't have to fight with it. I just need to just go down and it goes up. Like that's how you go. You're like liti iza ganje ikaka. So there you go, and then you can literally see it go up like this. Yeah. You out, you know. And in life, it's like that. And Konamanyo Bonu, okay, now I'm actually in deep and I need to go to the shore. How do you go? The wave can carry you. And also it's dependent on how the wave is. So say, Bona my season and you saw if you're that's when you turn around and catch the wave because it's gonna go with you. You don't have to do anything.
Life. That is profoundly beautiful. That is profoundly poetic. And of course, that proves vele with yazini creativity is in your blood. It's how you live vele. Into eyenza ungacabangi. Into eyenza nechunayi.
This is happening.
And I can see this. And you know what? Nyebona, the plating right now. She's about to give me my meal. I mean, okay, since we're talking nature, Sanka experiments. What are you experimenting with?
We used to be a band, with an 8-piece band, which we were very much infused in the idea of jazz because we love jazz, due to our name. Our name, Santa, yes, we may say it simply means the sun is out, because sun and then kaha means out. Yeah? So sun and then means yeah. So it means the sun is out. But
and then obviously
Santa, the word the sun, we actually took it from an artist called Usan Ra.
Oh, okay.
Sun Ra, the very same guy says space is the place.
Oh,
space is the place. What is it? If you find Earth boring.
Wow.
Oh, that's a nuclear war. Yeah. Nuclear. If you push that button, yeah, we're already very close to nuclear.
This real.
But if you do this, they're going to push that button. And the Earth's going to get burned. And it's goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy foresaw this in the 1970s. And Usandra is one of our forefathers as Isanka experiment. And then the Ka part is also another jazz artist. Also, like Usandra, he is can you have a screw?
Yes, let me get that
because that's a pianist, avant-garde pianist. We met him in KZN.
Okay.
Yes, Taka is Ukaba. Okay, yes, it's A for Kaba. Okay, and then San is for San Ra. And we learned after a couple of years, knowing Umkulu, Ndiko Kaba, they even played together in the US. Ndiko Kaba left South Africa in the 1970s with the show Ipintumbi. And he went to the States, and he never came back until he came back officially in 2009 with his wife and kids. Those are other people who actually advocated for the country back in the times of apartheid.
Yes.
As to get our freedom, musicians did a lot for apartheid. Musicians did a lot for the regime change in South Africa.
They did. They used their music, their storytelling through music for activism, and I love that.
Happening here.
I began, guys.
Unless you're gonna have one that doesn't have cheese.
Oh, cheese, okay.
As well.
Okay, let's see. One with cheese, one without cheese. Okay. If you're not a cheese lover, you're lactose intolerant, maybe.
I really want to say shout out to the one who chose the mincemeats, because that lean flavor is amazing.
Really? Well, thank you to me then.
Oh, because that lean flavor is like, wow.
Okay, I love it. Okay. At least mina ngizwa mina okhethile.
I never know that's lean flavor though.
Yeah, this one is lean. This one is lean, I tell you. It's got less oil. That's why you.
Yeah, we don't see any oil from the meat itself on the plate. In the pan, because I've realized sometimes when trying to fry mince, amafutha atanda phezulu nje ehambela njalo. That means like that ground beef that they mix too much of the fat in there. Yeah.
You chose the high.
So this is lean mince.
This is lean,
mind you. So if you're looking for less fatter meat, you can take the lean mince. If you're looking for something fatty, oily, that's when you can use maybe ground beef.
Yeah, if you're looking to have the ground beef will be good for Istanbul.
We need to have you back, maybe uzosinzela Istanbul. Usibonise ukuthi manje endlini yakhe kwakhe wenze njani-ke ngendaba zelentuzane. And of course, mina ke, as the person who brings gifts, all I do is like hand you stuff. I've got some parsley. Angazi-ke ukuthi le parsley yesebenzisa yiphi.
This kitchen is on fire.
Hey, and you know what? I am feeling the heat, but it's the warmth that gets me. It's the warmth that gets me. So, I love that beautiful story behind Santa Experiment and how the name came together.
Yes.
And that you actually rooted it in like meaningful, purposeful. And the way you care about presentations is the one for me.
That's how the bread was. My brother would say that. Clack.
Man, I can see and I can like feel that relationship between you and your brother was close. I'd love to say with them I'm close with my brothers, but no, like we grew up generations apart. Generations, like they much older. My mom says she had me when she actually thought she was done having children, because she'd waited and I wish I had one. And at the point where she was like, I'll never have another child at this point. I'm very thankful. Oh my God, I was like, BP. Surprise! Funny enough, it wasn't a surprise. She would dreamt of me before I was conceived. She dreamt in a dream.
You see when our parents...
That's why, as much as, the name TeeCee, I love it, but Mutandi. I was loved. I was somebody that was asked for from the gods.
My parents were in pain when they lost my sister. Yeah, because she was born in 1974. My late sister.
Wow.
And when I was born in 19.
That's how you know. That's how, when it has that kick, that's when you know it's really good.
So I was born in 1988, and so basically there's this amazing gap between me and my late sister as well. So my parents were very devastated to lose the daughter I like target they had after 3 points. I said very bad. And then they lose a daughter. Oh, you should have seen. Well, wasn't there, but from what I hear.
Well, you should have seen, like, obviously when they retell it, it's almost as if, that's the thing sometimes about storytelling, and when storytelling is so personal and it resonates, it's like it sort of makes you time travel. It takes you to that moment.
That's true.
Yeah.
And also what I've also learned as well through the time and journey, listen to other people's life, Ubuti, you shouldn't take life for granted at all. uNkulunkulu mayikupha ngoba kufanele. Number one, ukuzalwa nje kwayibona. Some other people who try to have kids and
I know, right?
At all. Masa unyazalwa ube nenhlanhla uzalwe, ne? Abanye my family, my mom had to hide her pregnancy.
Really?
Because it's not everybody in every other household that would want you survival. Life in general.
I know. Wow.
So when you see life, you take it and hold it dear, because it's not given to everyone. Who wished today they were here, but Tabeko today. They had plans, they had aspirations, they had things that they wanted to do, they had wishes. But because it's so called child time is child time.
They say the richest place on earth is the grave.
Oh, and so many dreams are right there. Yo.
Rich as a lace. You know when it's spicy. That's when that's the goodness. Yay! Hey, kudla ungatasty. Kumele unambithe phela ukuthi awu konke kukahle or yenzalani. It's so beautiful either way. I don't care how you put it. It's going to translate the same in my stomach.
Me gosh, guys. Number one, I have to say that the smoke paprika, my God,
That's the one.
paprika thing. Smoky paprika is everything, by the way. I want that one. I'm taking the spice home. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes. Ubu can vouch for smoked paprika, man. She says if you use it, you will not regret.
Something happens in the room when you toss that in the pan. It's like really actual alchemy, as you did say, TeeCee.
Yes.
I felt like that.
There's Tina. AKA alt chicks. You these eccentric. I'd like to call myself eccentric. I when asked, actually,
What other name? You have to be Rising Phoenix. Evan.
Yeah, the Rising Phoenix. I love that. That's the name I gave myself when I started writing. So I was somebody, I remember when I was in school, I used to love write. I would have diaries and diaries and diaries. I remember someone once read my diary and I was like, geez, TeeCee, why don't you turn these into a book?
Wow.
Because I can spend hours reading your thoughts. I'm like, yeah. Do I want you guys to know what's going on in this nest of bird of mine? I don't know. But
TeeCee should.
maybe. You know, it will be a memoir.
I'm looking at you, sis. My son will say that.
Memoir. And I'm looking at you. Wow, your son uses the word son. I love that.
And you will look at this goodies and be like, Mom.
Yeah. You see, that's the thing about, like, you know, connecting with your child. Like, they keep you forever youthful.
That's true.
Forever youthful.
That's
Good for Tanda, guys.
That's true.
Forever youthful when you connect with your children. Listen to somehow we catch on to the lingo. We catch on to, like, that youthful energy. It's so infectious. But yeah, I don't know how they do it.
What do you mean? You're looking at you. Look at you, sis.
There's a lot. No, truth be told, I remember my mom once saying, you know, how and why she used to push us so hard to get an education was that she never was able to get an education when she wanted it. And she's like, it's you guys that actually, like, you know, when she speaks English, she's so proud. Like, the way when I started out, because apartheid, even Afrikaans, I didn't know properly. But today, I know proper English, not because of me, but because of what I put into my children and what they gave me back. They taught, I went and I was like, okay, guys, go learn. And then they came back and they taught me. I'm like this because of my kids.
Hey, your mom.
Yes, that's my mom. She's like, I can speak English today, understand English fully because of Inganzam.
Anything, tissue, please.
Inganzam, shh. Zazikwazi nje ukuthi mayibuya nami zingifundise lezi abayifunda.
Abazange babe nomona. Why make me do that? I'm making me do that.
That's the beauty of the washer.
You know, I love Umako, the way she thought, you know, and she didn't see it ending with her, which is very, very important. So my mom always would put a kindness first in other people. My mom, one thing that I really took from Bonamo, she said, the best investment you can make, it's a human investment.
Wow.
I was like, excuse me? Oh my, you said actually, human investment is much more worth than imali, because the muntu omsizayo manje akakhohlwa.
And that one act is a domino effect, because that person, you probably did, like, that's why I always say, in prayer, when I do know what I want to say to this higher being, to the self, to the creator, is, please, may you bless me with the wisdom to be a blessing to others.
That's wonderful. That is so wonderful.
Yes.
And what I like about that concept, Uti, who invested to another person, is that my mom would say, I'm not looking for his blessings to fall upon me, not even these blessings to fall upon my next of kin. But I also want them to fall upon to my generational kids, because sometimes I got wena upa.
That's what they understand. And that's what I love about Africans. Let's the understanding that we have that what we do today has a bigger impact on the future, on our future. Hence, the concept of uba yizo zeli.
Usathu yangena endaweni unga-understand abantu bakuthanda. Ungena endaweni wena choose wena, like Answered now. I am a co-CEO in a wonderful organization called the Upliftment Program.
I did not.
I do joy work.
Why? Hey! Of course.
I do joy work.
Joy dealer, vibe dealer.
I'm a child facilitator. I assist people by sharing different tools to be okay with yourself, you know. A lot of people suffer from anxiety, suffer from self-doubt. Guys, the self-doubts that you're even afraid to go and try. You know, you were even afraid to go and try again those books. You left the course and you left end up that. And I still want to go back to school. But ube namathoughts amaningi ekhanda lakho, I keep you paranoid when you are not worthy, who do you think you are?
Like,
you know,
no,
when you're not, you know. But however, those tools, they help you to rethink your mind, because you know, like a tool you kind of it's used to. You know, you start saying, I use this tool, and then you say, what's the problem? Even your body starts feeling different. So it's all
this is why I'm a mental health advocate. And real advocacy works.
This looks gorgeous, guys.
Jeez, man, this is amazing. I need close-ups of this, because wow, masterpiece right here. And that's what we do here on the Wilford Official, man. You need masterpieces.
This is so wonderful.
Or turn pieces into masters.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes. Look at this.
It's Jeez, this is beautiful. This is picture perfect. When I'm about to say something is Instagram read.
Who said it when you can't be?
Yeah. Well, who said Ikwinya is not elegant? Look at that tongue, huh? Upper echelon food. Premium stuff. This is what I call prime cut. Prime stuff. Exactly, the prime steak. Only the best steak. Hence, prime cut creators are always the best kind of creators to have around. Oh my goodness, man. You fed my soul, and you're about to feed my body.
I want to thank Steven.
Oh man, LXRD47, Steven, nothing is ever even.
Steven saw me. I was like, I see you, my sister. I see you.
I see you, see me, see you, see me.
But so here it is, in its imperfection.
In its messy goodness, but it's sometimes chaos.
Listen, it's
Getting lost.
was it imperfection?
And out.
I am perfect. The best kind of meal is a meal made from the heart. What are this cooks and babies in? This is such prime stuff. This I love the look of this, but you know what? Now the taste.
I'll win this time.
The cook, Yazini, be the first to taste their own food. Yes,
That's the one. That's the one. Is that the one? Is it? Because now you're tempting me. You see? Am I doing?
Cứ like mà cái nghiền nó nghiền.
The mention of something.
I eat first with my eyes, Vanille. You can say I'm saying before the food gets in my mouth, but I eat first with my eyes and then I taste. Highly. This is delicious. I never. If nobody recreates this, they're missing out.
This is so good.
Oh no.
I love how she's like, that's your work, girl. That's your work, sis. That's the work of your hands, girl. You
How about the
blessed
spice
the
is
kitchen.
perfect.
Nice. She has blessed the Buddha kitchen. Lana, yeah, guys, you will never go wrong. Cook with your heart. Oh, okay. Cook this with your heart. And of course, you will never go wrong when you add that smoked paprika, like she said.
Oh, small paprika. Amapelepele has done magic here.
Well, shout out to them. But yeah, I wanna, just as we are tasting Lana, I just last because I'm having such a good time talking to you, and I'm enjoying a lot of this conversation. And I know, you've traveled overseas, you've done amazing things. Mina ngisakhuluma nawe because getting to know you has been such a journey.
Wow, please, as
Uyamazi, like Usisnoni, what she calls her food is food journeys. She says these are food journeys. I took a journey with you today. I took a food journey with you because while we were preparing this beautiful meal, you took my soul on a trip. You are a trip, girl. So I know, like, having traveled overseas and experienced other cultures and other things outside of Umzansi, as a woman, an African woman at that, what pride do you have with being a proudly African?
so, I really love to play.
And I get that from you. And that is why I love being around you.
I really love to play. And when I'm being out there, I don't shy away from my culture. I wear my culture with pride. And I remember...
I see it in the way you put yourself together, sis. You don't need to ask. No, this is an African woman, beeps. This is an African woman.
So I remember we were in Dubai in June. And we were sitting at this other hotel in the morning. And to show with the African pride, to see Tata in the way there. So we sit in the morning in the hotel. Everybody's having breakfast and stuff. And then and across us, there was this other family that had like big kids and stuff. It was this beautiful, I would say Indian little girl, if I may say,
yes,
with a family there. And it was her birthday. And they gave her a little cake in the morning. They're saying, "Happy birthday to you." And I was sitting there very patient, like, oh my God, are they doing this for real?
who I get my I get my people close. I'm like, you guys are ready, and they're like, we are thinking what you
Got you.
my band,
Hive mentality. I got you. You don't need to say it. I
are
got you.
thinking what you are thinking, and they're like, happy birthday to you. We let them sing the happy birthday to you until they were done. Just before they started saying hip hip, I'm African. Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy. You should have seen that moment, They were not expecting that, and they were so happy, beaming with so much joy, because African rhythm is not the same like any other rhythms around the world.
But other people want to be us. We the main
Sure, that is so
We
true.
are Africa needs to have more main character energy than it really does at the moment. Like, we do a lot, man.
And you're not a cliche when you wear your culture with pride. And at all, you are not a cliche. You are actually teaching other people, Ruti, here I am. Kuna abanye who call themselves bingers in and that is incredible, So that's the whole point, Ruti. You must wear yourself with pride. There was this other time, footing a week to Dubai, I decided, because my band, we paint our faces.
I saw.
Paint our faces.
I love the face painting. I think that just adds a certain element to your storytelling through your music.
So I would also wear extravagant clothes, not really extravagant, but very African. My hats will be loud. My clothes will be very bright. Because in anyways, that's what Africa is. That's what Africa is, And I don't care what you can say, how cliche I am. Listen, I'm wearing myself with pride. It turns heads. It turns heads. I walk in the street and I feel like a queen, because they'll be like,
Yes, bow down to greatness. Bow down to royalty. This is what royalty is. This is what royalty looks like.
Open your door. They'll open your. I haven't said anything. Go pull my chip.
Yazini, this has been so much fun. I've had the best time. Like I said, I felt like you were hosting me in your own kitchen. And now I know there is so much love my corner, and I can feel it and I can tell just by the person that you are. So speaking of love, just as a last thought, right? It's Women's Month, so amen. Abantu besifazane, wathunta umfazi, wathunta imbokodo. So I mean, wathunta umfazi, wathunta imbokodo, the women that marched and the women of today. What do you think the role of what is being a woman in today's society?
The women that actually marched that day, those women were not black people, were Indians, white people, coloreds. It means that literally the true feminine energy was there, all of us together. That says a lot. It means that
Sisterhood.
we need to be really holding each other, because when we hold each other, we can move the whole entire.
We will whirl mountains.
We change minds. That hasn't been forgotten. Namhlanje. And it's so important to know it wasn't a certain group. It was every woman. Kind of makes me feel like in my head now.
I'm every woman. It's all in me. And there I am there with you, sis.
We're naturally.
Yeah, exactly. Naturally, when it just happens and is that a natural. Like I was saying today in the studio. Everything you give me, I will multiply. I'm a natural multiplier.
That's true.
It is in my nature.
In your nature. Listen, it is who you puma like when.
Oh, Kosiam. Ah, man. This is my type of woman. I love it. You spoke the truth, man. Let us hold each other up. That's true. Let us be a community with each other. Let us understand the true meaning of sisterhood.
That's true. Azuthi wena uyimina mina ngowena udade wethu. Siyapheyisana. What a pleasure it has been here in the kitchen.
Yeah. Ngoba yazi thina sivukile. Exactly. Vuka ngoba thina sivukile. And of course, it's been a wonderful time. Thank you, Bui.
Thank you.
You've been a blessing, you know. In this kitchen, I had fun. I was even, Yazin, did it feel like cooking to you?
No.
You were like alchemy.
I was here with my sister. We were doing magic.
Yes! And that's what being in the kitchen is about. Of course, you and I have had all the fun you can think of, and more fun is coming. But thank you so much to Ubuyi. And now you can go and make your own alchemy in your kitchen. And of course, stay tuned because we have more where that came from. Ubuyi. The woman, the mystic, the powerhouse, the voice. Sanva Experiment. Look out for more of what they are putting out because their music is Afrofuturistic. It's soothing. It's a spiritual revival every time you just press play. So you know what? It's a hug from the universe. It's healing. It's church, like Musi would say. You know what, Vuga Nation, it has been a wonderful time right here in the kitchen with Ubuyi from Sanka Experiment. Do check them out, listen to the music, give some love, and of course, we do what we do best here on the Vuga the show, and that is spread your love.
Thank you so much.